All right, guys. I want to continue to talk about Gen X. Like I was saying, I believe they're possibly, the worst generation that is living. I don't think they're intentionally bad humans, but I guess just the circumstances. I'll speak as far as the Black Gen Xers. Um, this is a group of people that, you know, they just started to go to college, right? So they're going to college. It wasn't a thing in the past where blacks were going to college like that in groves. Back in the 70s and 80s, 90s, a college degree actually meant something. So when blacks were finally able to go to these institutions, they went fast in a hurry, dropped everything and went. But the thing is, they left their children at home to get these degrees. They left their children at either grandma's house, a stranger's house, a neighbor's house, and this was a new thing. This was the beginning. So basically, we're seeing what it is like for women to go out into the workforce and not rear the children, not just the men going out. So we're seeing the result of that now, and it's not a good result, as you can see. The debt, the Gen X has the most accumulated debt of all other living generations right now, as far as houses, cars, you name it. Anything that most people can't afford and they need to borrow it, Gen Xers hopped on that. I'm not sure if that was a new thing, as far as getting loans and getting stuff that you can't afford, but this is, yeah, Gen X took advantage of that, and they they based their success off of how much in debt they could get. Meaning, I got this, I got that, I got this, but I'm not going to tell you that I owe this much. Same thing with college. Yeah, I got this degree, but I owe 50,000 towards this university or whatever the case may be. And around this time, around the 70s, the 80s, 90s, what do they call it? The cost of living was about equal or below minimum wage, meaning you could buy more with a minimum wage job, or simply because there wasn't that many people working, but people aren't taking that into consideration that the value of money, has decreased immensely compared to the time that they were living. I'll speak about let's say the 70s. I know someone who bought a two-story house, 3,000 square feet, for $40,000. That is outrageous, and but that was livable. That was okay, you know. An older gentleman told me, if you wanted to go to a motel or a hotel, it was $12 a night. And if you want a good hotel, you're paying $16 a night. Uh, you want, let me think, because I'm thinking, because I remember when I was a child, the candy that you see by the register was only 44 cents. I remember those numbers for some reason. I'm talking about late 90s. And I'm saying that to say life was a lot more affordable back then compared to now. And Gen X still has that debt they haven't paid off. Who do you think Gen X is going to be passing that debt off to? Their children, the ones that they didn't raise, the ones that Yes, discipline. If you think about abuse, the further you go back, the more abuse there was. Physical abuse. Um, Now we're starting to get out of that. We're starting to get out of physical abuse and understanding human beings. Um, Physical abuse never was an okay thing. This is physical abuse was used against slaves to make them weak, make them scared. This is the same thing Gen X and other generations did to their own children because this is what they learned in this country. Now, Gen X also started the single mother. I would say it's an epidemic where the woman, the man is not the only breadwinner. The woman wants to work. I don't know why. Who wants to work? I don't know. The men said, "Hey, we'll take the brunt of this," but women want to work. So, who's raising the children? No one's raising the children. Hopefully, grandma's raising the children. Stuff is so expensive now that grandma might have to go get a job now. You see what I'm saying? The future generations are going to be paying for the luxuries of Gen Xers and baby boomers. People aren't understanding that. There were luxuries back then. Think about just being able to pay with a check and you go on about your business and you don't even have that money. You can't do that now. People were doing that all the time back in the day. You have to have what you say you have. You see what I'm saying? It's just in the entitlement of the Gen Xers because they think, well, I got these things that I haven't even paid for, and I'm gonna rub it in your face because you don't have them. Because you're smarter to not think, okay, I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. This is a Gen X thing, keeping up with the Joneses. You see what I'm saying? So to kind of conclude the video, because I know I'm a little bit all over the place here, but Gen X has messed up a lot of things for us in general. And they did not raise their children. They started the single mother epidemic. They started this divorce thing. I don't know when the feminist movement came through, but I'm sure it was around that era. You had the crack era as well. And these are the people that are in charge right now. If you're wondering why the world is messed up, think about what these people were doing. These were the freak neat people. Come on, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, it was not. Gen X was not good. Bloods and Crips, they were rampant in the 80s, in the late 90s. Think about all the gangster movies that came out. Don't Be a Menace, Boys in the Hood, all these crazy movies. Belly. This is Gen X. I don't know what the X meant, but X's usually come with vulgar things and not good. But this is Gen X, guys, and we need to talk about this. This is something that people need to talk about. You can see the fruits of their labor. You can see the results of their parenting. Everyone's lost. Look at families. Families are absolutely destroyed. Think about it. When's the last time you probably went to a family reunion? You can't. Most people don't go to family reunions because everybody has 4 or 5 different baby mamas or baby dads, so they're connected to so many families that they don't even know what family they're really a part of. It's really a buffoonery. And I think it's just a really important topic that we need to talk about. And I would love to hear comments on this discussion or anything. Just let me know what you think. Appreciate it.